Good Saturday morning, my friends. Saturday again already. It's August 28th, I'm pretty sure, 2021. So let's go over here to August 28th and to see what we're going to talk about today in the devotion book. Someone asked me yesterday what book this is. It is called The Illustrated Words of Jesus for Women, and I bought it at Hobby Lobby. Being so late in the year, they may not have it anymore, but they have it on Amazon. And if you'll go to my Amazon store up there in the description box, you can find this book there. It's not very expensive at all. So today is called The Hardest Place. I've had some really hard places. Have you? I know we all have. Luke 4:24. I tell you the truth. No prophet is accepted in his own hometown. Isn't that shocking about Jesus? How in his own town where he grew up, they did not accept him as who he was. He was just the son of a carpenter and just grew up as a little boy, just like every other little boy in town. And who did they think he was, you know? Who did he think he was? So, I don't know. If somebody grew up next door to me, and they grew up to be a man, and they started laying hands on people and they got healed, and the blind could see and the deaf could hear and the lame could walk, and the dead were risen back to life again, I don't think I'd stop and think, well, she grew up next door to me. How's she doing all that stuff? She's nobody. She's just the same as me because we grew up next door to each other. I don't understand that kind of thinking. You know, great people grow up all over this world that grow up to do amazing things, invent amazing things like airplanes. All right, let's see what the lady says here in the book. This is one of the hardest things. The people you care about most are often the hardest to witness to. You don't want to be rejected by them. You don't want them to miss knowing Jesus, so you might push hard. Jesus knows how you feel. The people who knew him best, the ones who watched him grow from childhood to manhood, had trouble believing that he was God's son. It's difficult to convince those closest to you because they know you the best. They know your bumps and bruises. Be patient and do your best to live your faith in front of them. This is so true. So true. So many in my family have gotten off on the wide road and made so many wrong choices. Been married several times, been to jail, lots of different things. And of course I love them, and Jerry loves them. And of course we want to help them and try to get them to understand who Jesus is, even though they already supposedly know, and they already grew up in church, and they already should have the same exact information background that we have. They just get on the wrong road. I was, as every morning, drinking my only one cup of coffee that I have now in the morning, and I was checking YouTube and the comments that people leave there, and I'm not getting hardly any comments on my devotion channel anymore, so I don't know, probably just wasting my time and yours here, but the Lord told me to do it, so I'm going to keep doing it. But that's not the point. I was looking at YouTube videos, and one came up about Ricky Nelson. And I used to love Ricky Nelson. If you are my age or around my age, y'all remember the Nelson family on TV and Ricky Nelson. And he sang all these wonderful songs. Well, he married this really cute girl. She actually is Mark Harmon's sister. I don't remember her first name. But they got married. And they had 3 or 4 kids. And at first, everything was fine in their marriage. But then they got on the wrong road. They got on the wide road. She said we started hanging around with our friends and we started partying and we started going to all of these parties at night and staying out all night long, and we both got on drugs and they both became drug addicts. And of course it ruined their marriage, and was very hard on their children, and there was custody battles, and they both died drug addicts later. And she even said, we just got in the wrong place, and we got involved in the wrong things. So true. So, just imagine somebody in that family, I don't know who, pick a person, Pam Dauber, Mark Harmon, anybody, may have tried to help them, may have tried to tell them, you need Jesus in your life. You need to get away from those people. You need to get away from all those friends. You need to make new friends. You need to go to church. You need to be involved with people who know God and love God and stay in His Word and live according to it. So, that's just what this is about today. You try to help people, they look at you, well, who do you think you are? My family always says to me, well, you act like you're perfect. I don't know how many times I've heard that. My mother, my own mother, used to call me and my father, well, if it isn't Mr. and Miss Perfect. I don't know why that was. I don't know why he got it, and I don't know why I got it. But she used to say, well, if it isn't Mr. and Miss Perfect. And then from my other family members, well, you just think I would try to help them. I told you the other day how I said to one of my family members on a third divorce, your marriage is never going to work out until you have God in it. And this Christian person said to me, don't ever mention God to me again. Yes, yes, yes. Jesus has been there. Jesus understands his own family. His mother understood. And I'm sure his father understood, but his neighbors, his friends he grew up with, they had no idea. So, that's today's devotion. I have so much to do. We've now got 2 RVs, number 1 and number 2, sitting out there in our yard. And each have stairs you have to climb up. I have climbed up so many stairs, my legs are aching. But I have got to get everything out of number 1, completely cleared out. Jerry is fixing every little thing. I mean, not fixing, but he decided he's going to get an oil change in it. And so we've got to take it to a Ford dealership and get an oil change in it because he wants everything just absolutely perfect for the person who buys it. He's just amazing that way. I just love that about him. So probably we won't get the number 1 RV for sale until next Tuesday or Wednesday. So hopefully it will sell fast, quickly, and we can have just number 2 from now on. But I've got to get everything. I've started moving everything out of it. And I got my sewing table, and we got it in number 2 last night. And so I'm setting that up, trying to figure out which of my machines here, and I think it will end up being my 930. Because my 930 is in a compact, hard little case, and you can lift it. And I was going to take the one on wheels in the black case that I bought recently, the 570, but it's just too many things come with it. I would have to always put them all back in there again and take them all out again. And I just thought, let's keep it simple and just take the 930. And where are you pointing, Joy? I have, about 10 machines sitting over there. Okay, my friends. Have a wonderful weekend. Jerry will be back tomorrow. Let's see what Jerry, he always says, what am I going to be talking about? Oh, this is a good one. Complete submission. Poor Jerry. He was doing something with the hitch. You know, we pull our little red Jeep behind the RV. And we went to get number 1 the other day from Louisville because they put a new radio in it. And they completely repainted a door. That was $1,600 for just a little door. And we went to pick it up. When he got home, he was lifting the device that goes between the 2 and somehow twisted his neck. And the poor guy, he cannot turn his head. He's been hurting for 3 days. I feel so sorry for him. So I insisted that he rest yesterday afternoon, and he's resting again today. Resting means sitting at his computer in the office and working. But anyway, he's not outside on his bulldozer or something. All right. Gonna let you go, but we'll be back tomorrow. Hope you'll be back too.